This time on Roadkill, we're driving my '39 Ford a quarter way across the country to look at a project car that you don't want to miss. Oh, I'm super excited.
There it is.
Whoa. I've only seen it in photos, never for real. I've been looking for a '39 Ford for a long time. I really wanted a coupe. This is what's called a two-door sedan. I was looking on eBay, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what it's gonna go for. And I put in a bid, just sort of fishing to find out what the reserve was. And I was like, ooh, you're the high bidder. And I thought, oh, well, somebody's gonna way outbid me for this thing. Later on, I get the email, you have won this item. It's like, oh, I didn't even mean to, but I got it. So I've never seen this in person. I've never seen it even run. The guy left me some notes on how to make that happen. And our plan in the episode is to drive the thing 800 miles into Texas from here at Finnegan's place in Georgia. I don't know if it's even gonna make it, but when we get there, we're gonna find an all-new project car for Roadkill. So cool.
It has a lot of character. And it's very small inside. Like, we're gonna be bumping elbows the whole time.
Yeah.
We're gonna get even closer on this trip.
This body style's great to drive, though. You know, we've got on Roadkill Garage the 40 Ford four-door and a 41 two-door. And I don't know, they're cool to drive around.
It's a great looking car. I don't know anything about flathead Fords. I don't know anything about pre-war stuff. I'm down. Let's road trip.
It's basically stock, except for somebody put a Y block in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about those either, so.
Neither do I.
Hope we don't break down.
Open. There it is. So what is a Ford Y-block? It's the first Ford overhead valve V8 that replaced the flathead Ford, and it came in a variety of displacements. There was the 239 and 256 initially, which matched the displacements of the Ford and Mercury flatheads. This version is a 1955 Thunderbird engine. It's a 292. It's factory rated at like 195 horsepower, something like that. It's a pooch, but it is retro correct. Why is the engine called a Y-block? Because it had a really deep skirt on the crankcase. So if you look at it right from the front with the cylinder heads on, it looks like a big Y, and that's why they named them that. This came out of a restored 55 Thunderbird that somebody wanted to like put an LS in or something.
Dude, the valve covers are sweet.
Yeah, they are. The Thunderbird. Ta-da!
Oh, that's weird. Wait a minute.
It's so funny. So that is a Holley 4000 series, which they call a teapot carburetor. I call it the Towering Inferno. Anyway, let's look at the guy's notes and see if we can make it run. This is from Matt at Iron Trap. Teapot carb evaporates fuel when the car sits for a long time. No key. Unlock the wheel, flip the lever on the column drop. Normal. Turn ignition on. Oh, I see. Ready to start it? Whoa! That's incredible.
It's road trip ready.
I did not see that coming.
No misfiring or nothing.
Wow, it sounds cool.
Yeah, I think she's ready, man.
Is anything leaking?
Nope.
Oh, it's got killer oil pressure.
This thing's legit.
Wow.
Yeah, you can throw the air cleaner on it and we can just go.
This is what happens when we don't build it.
Pretty much. It sounds really smooth, too.
It does. So first of all, why would I want this? Well, you know that I just love hot rodding history. The nostalgia of it really means a lot to me. And let's talk about where this body style sort of fits into that. In the 30s and even into the early 40s, if you were a hot rodder, you were kind of a wiener if you had anything but a roadster. And later on, coupes came in, but they were fenderless like Model A's and 32s, 33s, 34s. By the time we got into the 50s, if you were like 17 or 18 years old, the only cool fat fender was this body style, the 1939 or 1940 Ford. Now, for whatever reason, the 40 was way more popular, but for me personally, the 39 is way better. It's got the fold-out windshield, the killer headlights, the rear taillights are a teardrop instead of a chevron, the dash is better, it's got the banjo steering wheel, it's floor shift, whereas the 40 was a column shift, so I just love this thing. All right, my First.
My door is solid, so the no belt thing isn't the end of the world.
Well, you can lock it like by pushing it. Let's see. There. Look, the tach goes to 3,500 RPM. That's funny. The clutch comes in way at the top. Here we go.
It rides pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the seat's my biggest concern so far. It's just barely bolted in.
I'll for sure brake it because I'll forget and I'll lean back there to get something.
Yep.
This thing's comfy. I like it.
I'll feel good with it once the seat's fixed. Right now, I feel like, sketchy. Here's a fun fact. The 1939 Ford was the very first Ford with hydraulic brakes.
Ah, is that what they meant by juice brakes?
Yes, juice brakes. 40 Ford brakes are a common upgrade for older Fords.
So if they weren't hydraulic before, were they friction or what? Like, how did they work?
Well,
They
all
levers?
brakes are friction, but they had mechanical rods going from the pedal to the corners of the car.
Ah, so it's gonna be on the right across the intersection. We're heating in here, so I think you can park in any one of these and you're safe.
I'm still not used to driving this. Off.
I'll navigate.
I learned the trick on the door.
What's the secret?
You have to pick it up and slowly push it in. There we go. Doesn't work.
That's interesting.
Headlights got left on.
We killed the battery in an hour.
Battery's dead. We're gonna need a jump. The headlights were left on.
Can we push start it?
Possibly.
Let's try that. It's downhill right here.
It's on, it's in first. Here we go.
Go for it. There we go. Nice.
That was a great idea. Here we go, this is about it.
Are you on the floor?
No.
Oh, good. Are we in third?
Yes.
That's a lot of RPM already.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
These things had 85 horsepower when new. They had a deep gear in the back. Actually, you could get the V8 60 that was 60 horsepower. Cute little tiny flathead V8.
Does this have the original rear end in it?
Yep. This is all original mechanically, except it's lowered and has the Y block. This drives like a 39 Ford.
It rides great.
Think this makes it to Texas?
Yep.
Slowly?
We've never not made it there yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to feeling comfortable in the seat. I feel like I'm sitting on a milk crate. All right, 8 miles, and we're already back at Finnegan's. The seat is only held in with one bolt, and it's just flopping too much for me to be comfortable, and we'd love to have seatbelts in the thing, too. So we're gonna pull the bench out of it, weld some new tabs on, see if we can get some more bolts in it, and hopefully find some seatbelts.
That would be nice.
That'd be really good.
Since the doors don't really want to stay shut.
Nah, they don't.
That would be great.
Yeah, so belt and seat fixing. Unthreaded?
It's out.
So that's it. The seat was only held in with one bolt.
Hopes and dreams.
Got it. Nice upholstery. I think what we're gonna do is take one piece of metal strap and weld it between both feet to extend it and make it more rigid, and so that we can bolt the whole thing down.
Okay.
Okay, Finnegan welded it all up. Okay, now I need to get the front one. Oh, this is drivable now. That's just cushion.
And your seatbelt?
Yeah, we need to adjust the length of that. Call it a day?
I could eat.
Yeah. Actually, we're not out of here. There's supposed to be a tornado coming, and so we're gonna wait till morning to see what the weather report is, and then maybe get out of here. It's 2 months later. Mike got sick, I got sick. We both went and shot like 3 more episodes of other shows. And now we're ready to leave.
Yes.
Not bad.
Just purrs, man. Just purrs.
Ready.
That'll go away. It's from lack of use. It's squealing a little bit.
There's no burnouts in this.
It doesn't even bother me that it's not fast.
It's not fast.
It's just cool to cruise it.
Wish it had a rearview mirror. Whoa, steering's a little bit slow. Left or right?
Left, please.
Okay, I'm gonna have to learn to drive
at a
this.
medium pace.
That was death. Have we told people why we're going to Conroe, Texas?
We have not.
We have a new project vehicle, a maybe project vehicle that we're gonna look at.
We bought it, but we've never seen it. And buying it doesn't mean we're gonna do anything with
No,
it.
it doesn't.
It just means we spent the company's money. Whoa! I feel like we're gonna fall out.
I know.
Can these doors lock?
Yeah. Yeah, push it down. Oh, wait. I opened my door.
That opened my door too.
Yeah, my door won't close now.
Oh no!
I failed. I'm gonna have to stop and close my door.
Maybe in the 30s there was no crime and nobody locked anything.
Nope. Let's see.
Tell me when.
Okay. That did it.
What a
All right.
team.
That's our routine from now on.
2 months ago when we attempted to drive this to Texas, did we ever get gas?
Let's put gas in it.
All right.
Belt squeaks real bad. I'm gonna try and just tighten the generator here, if we can.
I am here for moral support.
Yeah.
You can do it.
That was hot. All right, let's test that out. All right, calling that fixed. Yeah. We're stocked up on health food, dinner, belt squeaks sort of fixed, and we're out.
Everybody got that?
Here's a glimpse into Roadkill after hours. After Mr. Finnegan and I escaped to our luxury suites, the crew was down here laboring in the dark, and director Brad started looking at the car and was like, huh, there's actually smoke coming out from under the hood. Now, rather than cut his week short and actually let it burn and perhaps even get some iPhone video of it, he opens the hood and the generator is pouring fire out of it. So he disconnects the battery and walks away. I think the problem's actually probably the front bearing. Remember it was screaming last night? We tightened the belt? I think it was probably the bearing.
I think the real important thing here is that you should not let any of that distract you from the fact that this is yet another Valentine's Day we are spending together.
Yeah!
This is my work wife, David. I don't know if you've met him. He's very reliable, very thoughtful, very sensitive. A good substitute for my actual wife at home.
I didn't get the flowers in my room this morning. What we did find, though, is the ever lovable. I mean, this means love. When you can find a 12-volt generator at a Napa. First thing we're gonna try and do is get the fan and pulley off.
Try.
We only have a monkey wrench and a crowbar. Ah, that's tight. This is full-on wrong tool for the job while hotel security is driving by on a golf cart.
Oh, got it.
Got it. That was a bam. All right, battery's disconnected. Let's remove that sucker. So what we're working on here is a generator. Basically, a generator makes DC power directly. An alternator makes alternating current, and then it has a diode trio that turns it into direct current for using on a car. A generator would have to get much bigger to have enough amperage. Like this one I'm installing, I think is only a 30 amp unit, which is not much. As you know, you can get like a 130 amp alternator or more. An alternator can be made with more power at a smaller size and lighter than a generator. It doesn't sound funny, The bearing is not trashed. It doesn't smell like fire. I don't see evidence of fire. I guess we'll install this. Okay. Yeah. That's gonna need a puller or fire or something. That nut is now cross-thread destroyed, and the pulley's not coming off. We went and got the actual puller, also known as the bender of pullyer.
Ready?
I'm watching for bendage. Happy Valentine's Day. Ah,
Look at that.
like butter.
Look at that. See, the core of this is fine.
It's the bendy part that's bent. Yeah, it's a little bendy.
It was bent before, though.
Yeah.
Let's go on a road trip.
We've got it all hooked up. Do you want to check to see if it's charging?
Sure. Okay, go ahead. Can you rev it up?
No? Nothing?
Oh, that was a lot of work. It doesn't work.
Doesn't charge?
Nope.
Here's what's going on. We changed that whole generator, then we checked and found out it wasn't charging. So I started messing with the voltage regulator, and it is getting blazing hot, even with the car shut off, and that's probably what made that thing smoked. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna disconnect the regulator completely, I'm gonna tape it up so those don't go to ground, and then we're gonna drive to a parts store. I'm pretty sure on the battery, this thing will drive 150 miles with no charging system. So that's what we're gonna do. Nope.
Sorry, I didn't pull very hard.
Yeah, hold on, wait till I say yeah so I don't smash my finger. Okay. Entering Hoover, Alabama. Oh wow, this is pretty sweet. Nice tree-lined street. The way the steering works on this, I feel like one of those guys in an old movie. Woo! Oh! It was that steering again.
Oh, man.
It's a little slow.
I'm gonna go mirror shopping. Hey, look, a Mexican restaurant. When we're still here at dinner time, they'll have Corona.
I guess he already got the part over here. I have parts.
Thank you, Durlast. Yep, sounds good. Attach the leads to the A and B terminals. Do not attach the F lead to the F terminal, so that's the field one.
Right.
Momentarily touch the F lead to the B terminal, then attach the F lead to the F terminal. So you basically give the field one battery before you hook it to the field one.
Huh.
Whoa.
You have to train it on stuff.
Yeah.
This is a points type voltage regulator, and it's so old school that even I have forgotten how to do this. You have to like train it to know what to do. Okay. I don't know if it's bad. All I know is that it got blazing hot.
Top one is on.
Okay, let me get the other two screws in.
Got it.
Hold on, try to find it. I have to polarize the new voltage regulator so it knows what to do. I'm gonna connect the armature and the battery, but not the field. And then what I need to do is touch the field wire to the battery wire for just a moment before I connect it. I suppose that tells the coils in there which direction is which as far as positive and negative. Okay, here comes the training. Boom. And that's it. It sparked like it's supposed to. So, I guess that was good.
Bingo.
All right, ready to test voltage?
Go for it. Hey, it's working!
It's working! Cool. Yeah.
It is working. 12.99. Perfect.
What'd you get?
Started at 12.2, went all the way up to 12.99 when you shut it off.
Nice.
Working.
So we're ready to go.
Yeah.
There's only 200 miles per day. It's 4 o'clock. Headlights work now.
Ah, we can road trip in the dark. We've proven it. I think we're ready.
Got it.
The fact that you and I have spent more Valentine's Days together than we have with our own wives is not lost on me. So here's something from the heart. I know you talked, I listened, I know you couldn't see, you wanted a rearview mirror. Here you go.
This is hideous.
This is as good, if not better, than fixing a Hemi. Like the old Reebok pumps. Look at that.
I don't like it.
I mean, I'm not surprised. It pretty much sucks. What you can see behind you.
So far, we've done about 320 miles in an 84-year-old car with a 68-year-old engine, starting in Atlanta and ending up here near, I figured out how to pronounce it, Mobile, Alabama. We lost that hubcap yesterday, which kind of crushed me. If you look at the bolt pattern on this wheel, it's weird. The lugs are like this far apart.
Reminds me of old Volkswagen stuff.
Yeah, it's very much like old Volkswagens, but it's also exactly like what you'll see on a modern circle track car with what they call the Willwood Wide 5.
Ah.
That's how it got started, is this bolt pattern right here. So you're gonna get to drive and experience that handling prowess.
Yeah, and much like, you know, every other party or event we've never made it to, next week's Mardi Gras, so we're gonna go to New Orleans today.
Well, that's a goal. We're gonna attempt to go to New Orleans today. It is 200 miles.
I feel good. Let's go.
So here's the explanation of why we can't go that fast in this thing. Back in the day, obviously, cars just didn't go 70 miles an hour on the highway, and so they geared it real low in the back, like a very high number, and they did that because the engines didn't make that much power, and so to give them acceleration, they had lower gears, but the lower gears makes them spin really high RPM on the highway. And now we're doing 60, feels good.
Oh, look. Chevelle?
Yep, 6405, I can't tell from here. Oh, lots of old stuff.
Oh, look, dude, a Monza.
That's like a 77-ish AMX, Dusters. We were driving around and saw this yard, and it turns out it belongs to Charlie's Classic Cars across the street, and Tammy, who works here, recognized us from the show, said, sure, you can walk around. This is their parts car yard. I might need that Falcon, for example. Look at the dish mags on that thing. Are they 15s? Yeah, these slots are really good skinnies, but
This thing is straight.
those are 14s. I like these cars a lot. They're essentially a Mustang, but less common.
I like this. I like this a lot.
This is a 72 Duster. Want to know how I know? A 70 or 71 has a different side marker. This side marker was used 72 and up, but I know that it's not a 73 because that would have a different grille. This is great. And finally, remember my tip about the wheel bolt pattern on the 39 Ford? There's the VW pattern that Mike mentioned. Brings the whole episode in a big circle. All right, Narlands?
Nolans.
Yeah.
Crawfish. Po' boys.
Look at all the natures.
It's so natural.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
We're at Biloxi Bay. We're about halfway on our trip today to New Orleans. And this is pretty cool. Sign says this lighthouse right here has been here since 1848. The same family ran the thing from 1866 to 1929. This is cool, but I really like the look of my 39 from here up against the ocean. Final stretch. Wonder how many miles we've gone total at this point. I guess it would be 500, right?
No matter what, I feel good.
This is cool. No one drives a clapped out 39 Ford here. I mean, they did in 1939.
Today they do. This is just one big party, dude.
Yep. Thanks. Is this the main party street right here? I think. Well, last night we drove our 39 Ford all the way to New Orleans, and we didn't even know Mardi Gras was going on. I felt right at home. But the whole place just looks like New Orleans Square at Disneyland. So if you haven't been here, hit Disneyland. All right, let's go. Woo! Actual motoring.
Yeah.
Way better than traffic.
Goodbye, New Orleans. Goodbye, Mardi Gras. Severe weather warning.
Right? And it just started to rain.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's pretty rainy now.
Yeah, we're in the almost red badness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the actual.
Don't roll up the window. It's all raining through the windshield.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to minimize the moisture.
Dude, I feel like I'm standing in the shower. I didn't close the cowl vent.
Here, but it's all wet.
Ow. Look at this.
There's a river in the car, dude.
I know. Cool bridge. I can't see what we're going to fall into and die. Wow, that's raining bad in here. Freezing!
It was so much better yesterday when it was raining.
It actually was.
Wow.
We're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we're on our final day. We have to go 278 miles. It's going to be a straight up cannonball, and we got to go see this car that we've been trying to see for 5 days. We haven't been trying real hard, I got to admit.
I feel like we put in some effort.
Yeah.
We've made some progress.
Leaving. This thing's not going to start, is it?
It's totally going to start. It wants to move. It wants to create heat. Hey, there's still water in the car.
Nah.
Oh, dude. All right, jumper cables.
Video van, jumper cables.
All right, go ahead. Come on. Yeah, mule. Yeah, mule. Uh-oh. Come on. Start, start, start.
It's never had to fire up in this cold weather before.
There we go.
Woo. That belt always squeaks a little while, and then it warms up, gets traction. Okay, now we're headed east. Now we're headed west. Ain't nothing can stop us now. Right now, we're in the outskirts of Conroe, Texas. Almost 1,000 miles since we started off at your shop.
We bought this based off a single photo.
That's true.
I don't know if it's even any good. I love the idea of what we're going to look at, but not actually seeing this one in person yet. It may be a total pile of crap.
All right, are you prepared for me to floor the 39 Ford for the first time, or you don't want to wait till we're closer?
Let me hold on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to the wood. Whoa! Ooh, that's vibrating badly.
Oh, that drive shaft did not like that.
No, it didn't. Woo. Yep, that vibrated bad.
Okay.
Hey, glad we saved that until now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pretty big pivotal moment in our lives coming up.
This is big.
We either will or we won't.
This is big.
This guy has way more stuff than I... Ooh, 72 Roadrunner. Wow. This is way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, this is cool.
Made it. 1,000 miles in the 39 Ford. I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, I'm stoked.
This guy, Sean, has sold us this vehicle that you will soon see and that we will see for the first time, he sold it to us like 5 months ago. Finally, we had a good reason to make the road trip here. When we showed up, we found out that he's a car flipper. He goes all over the country and buys stuff and sells it. And so what's one potential project vehicle when you can have another? That's a 72 Satellite wagon, I think. It could be a 73.
Mini truck, dude. You can give people tickets in this.
This is a 74. Now we get to the point of the entire episode. People ask me nonstop, have you got the Maserati back? It's like one of the biggest questions I get. You must get it all the time too.
Constantly.
So here's the story of the Maserati so you can sort of get the context of what's going on here. Long time ago, I had the company buy for Finnegan this little truck that I found, and we surprised him because not only was it a mini truck, but it also had an Oldsmobile 455 on a Toronado transaxle in the bed. So it was mid-engined, so we called it
The Maserati.
Exactly. And remember the guy we bought it from? He said it ran 10s and did wheelies.
Yeah. Turns out he lied.
It didn't do any of that stuff. We road tripped the thing home. I remember having overheating problems and putting the big like snorkel on it to funnel air through the radiator. We ultimately drag raced it and autocrossed it.
Yeah, we tried to fulfill its destiny, which was to run 10s. So we worked on it at the Motor Trend Tech Center. We took the gas tank out of the nose of it, tried to lighten it up, and then we realized we couldn't steer. So that after we took the gas tank out, mostly because it was a bomb, we welded like a weight plate in the front,
right.
And then we had to stack weight in it to get it to steer again. You know, we changed it from a single 4 to a tunnel ram. We added nitrous to it.
We put a cam in it at Tucson Dragway.
Yeah.
But it never ran 10s. It never did wheelies. And it was a complete disappointment up until the moment where we were towing it home from one of our shows. And I remember we got a call from the producer or somebody who's like, Maserati's been stolen. Literally, it was in a hotel parking lot in Blythe, California on a trailer, and they have video of a couple guys in hoodies showing up, taking it off the trailer, pushing it away, never to be seen or heard from again. So when people ask me all the time, have you found the Maserati? The answer is basically, no one's looking. But then, after losing the pickup truck, Mike and I have always had it in our mind because the rotary model Mazda 1974 pickup truck's actually pretty unusual. And the whole point is that we found another one here today, and we're about to see it for the very first time. Oh, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. That's legit.
Oh, dude, it's got one of the hubcaps still on, one of the center caps.
What this is a Mazda rotary pickup. They made these from 74 to 77. I guess the 77's a little bit different, like a larger cab or something.
Yeah, the 77 is on a different chassis, and it's 4 inches longer in the cab, like you have more legroom.
Which would be nice, because it is tiny. I do remember the big flaw in the Maserati is that it is tight.
Yeah, there's no room.
This thing was also sold in the United States as a Ford Courier, but you can spot them easily like this, that it's a rotary pickup because of the fender flares. I think we love it.
I'm really excited. I hope you are.
The question is, will we or won't we turn this into the next Maserati? And that's the reason we drove 1,000 miles. The whole time on this trip off camera, Finnegan and I have been like bench racing ideas. How would we build another Maserati? We've been through aluminum V6. We've been through LS on a transaxle. We've been through crazy big block Chevy with a V-drive. Here's the idea that I think will seal the deal for you based on other conversations we've had.
Okay.
Why doesn't it have a 3-rotor?
Why doesn't it have a 4-rotor?
Or a 4? There's plenty of room. Build another rotary for the back of it.
I love this plan.
That would be really cool. And make sure it runs like 13,000 RPM.
Yeah. And actually perform, because my big thing with rotaries, a lot of noise, not a lot of action.
Yeah, which is fine. I just want to build the freak value of it. I would have a carburetor on it, I don't care. But yeah, maybe we can use a later generation rotary.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
Then it needs to be stealth mode, all under the bed with like a cheesy vinyl bed cover.
That would be cool.
You know?
Yep.
So that nobody steals this one.
Okay, well, that's a definite maybe.
I like that.
Yeah, you might see this in upcoming episodes of Roadkill as Maserati 2.0.
Oh, we're gonna be rotary guys.
Finnegan and I ended up being really stoked with the Mazda pickup truck. It was everything that we hoped it would be based on the one little snapshot that we saw before we bought it. Thing is, I don't want this to constitute a promise to you that we're gonna build Maserati 2.0. Or that we're gonna do it with a rotary if we do end up building it again. See, being scattered automotively is like one of the best things about the show, in my opinion. Look at this episode. I was completely digging a nearly stock 39 Ford with a 55 Thunderbird engine equally to a Mazda pickup with potentially a rotary engine in the bed. We're just stoked on different kinds of different things all the time. So, you never know. The only consistent is big fun with stupid cars on